Your brother on board now, huh?
Cousin.
Cousin?
Yeah, my little cousin.
Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, it's all good.
How did that come about?
So it was about probably 2 weeks before finals week in spring quarter, and one of our recruiters just called me randomly one day and was like, "Hey, do you think Colin would switch commitments if we offered him?" Because he was committed to Cal verbally for a preferred walk-on.
Okay.
And both of his parents went here. His dad played rugby here, so he's always been the biggest UCLA fan I've ever known. So I told him, I was like, I mean, it can't hurt to try. So they actually had me call him too. I was able to let him know that they're going to offer him at some point. It was pretty cool, you know. Get another family member here, or get a family member here.
Did you get a bonus for
of course
getting
not.
him?
No, I did not, no.
What's it like having him here?
It's cool. So we've had the same private coach.
Okay.
Because we went to the same high schools. So he took up with my private coach once he started kicking. So we would always kick every weekend together with my private coach. So we're used to it. We know how each other works. You know, the focus points and whatnot. So it helps me because I get to, you know, like coaching helps yourself sometimes too. And I know it definitely helps him just to have more of a comfort zone. You know, it's better talking to me than to head coach. It's less intimidating at least.
Yeah.
So.
You guys aren't rooming together, are you?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah. They keep him in the dorms with the other
Okay.
freshmen.
All right. Wait, how would you say that obviously you had a really strong year last year. How are you kind of building off of that going into this year?
So my thought process was last year could have been better, but it was a good builder year. It was my first full season that I got all the kicks. Was still fighting for the scholarship the first few games of the year, but I'm happy with it. It's a good base year to have, but this year I'm definitely a lot more strict with my punts. But at the end of the day, you know, we're not really going for averages. I'm just trying to have the best kick in each situation. I just want to help the team out the most I can, and at the end of the day, make the returner's job as hard as I possibly can.
What do you mean by strict? What's a punt that meets your expectation?
So if you want to talk numbers, this year I want it at least a few yards average-wise further than last year. Last year was 43. I want to be around the 45 and up range. But it's just the consistency. If I'm hitting 9 out of 10 balls, I'm probably going to remember that one ball that wasn't perfect in my mind. So I'm just trying to make it as hard on myself as I can now, just so I can be as ready as possible when game time comes, since it's just so different than kicking out here. But you know, if I reach my expectations, then I know I did a great job because mine are way higher than everyone else's. So I just bumped up the level in every aspect this year.
With Chip Kelly, everyone talks about the offensive tempo is a big increase. How has it changed special teams wise in terms of what you guys do in practice or the way you approach things?
So far through spring and camp, it hasn't affected us. You know, we go out when our name is called and we just do our job. If he wants to go for it on 4th down, then hell yeah. I want a first down just as much as anyone else does. In the perfect world, I would never see the field, you know, because that means we just outplayed the other team completely. But if my name gets called, then I'll be ready. I'll go out and execute. And same with J.J. and the field goal unit. Once they're called, they'll go out, they'll execute. And we just go off of when we're called, you know, just be as ready as possible.
It looks like there's a little bit more volume of kicks in that field goal session at the beginning of practice, with one kicker lining up with a 27-yard field goal, the other one 42. How is that different?
It's definitely more difficult just because it's more physically taxing. But I think it's great. Like I said earlier, I like how I try to make it as hard on myself out here as I can, so I'm ready for the game. It's the same with the field goal kickers. If you can just really push them to do rapid fire kicks, then when they get out, they're going to feel like they have all day long to get ready for their field goal. So, you know, one of our sayings is, your abnormal is our normal. And that's basically,
We've heard that.
yeah, exactly.
Josh Woods told us about that yesterday.
Yeah, no, that's the same with kicking. You know, it's all aspects of the game, even special teams with Coach Kelly.
How has the new staff kind of adjusted the focus on special teams? It seems like there's just a general more focus on special teams.
Yeah, we're stressing it a lot. If you ask me, I say punt's the most important game in football, but that's because I'm the punter. But it's the biggest switch of field. And the coaches know that, and they're really stressing that. They want to make sure we can capitalize on every single yard that we can. And then with field goals too, you know, they want J.J. to be as comfortable from 50 as he is with the PAT. So we're breaking it down to every little fundamental step, so that we're the most prepared come game time. And just let, you know, you do your studying, you break it down every movement, so when you come to the game, your body just does what it knows. And you don't have to think about it, and you just execute. So.
Is your cousin on scholarship?
He's a walk-on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you kind of showed him the way of how it can work out, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, just gotta work hard, keep your head down, make your kicks, and he'll be good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Part of the little bit of practice we get to see is when you guys are doing those kicks down there, running back and forth, hash mark to hash mark. How have you liked that? I guess maybe that means the tempo is kind of carrying over to special teams and what you guys do and doing it fast and quickly.
I think one of Coach Kelly's biggest philosophies he stresses is, you know, practicing at a higher pace that you're going to play in a game. So doing those drills at such a high pace where I'm not really, you know, taking my full time to take my steps back, and after I kick one, I have to jog, you know. That trains you to kind of get used to that environment where you're not comfortable going outside the comfort zone, because in a game you're going to have, I don't know, like 15, 17 seconds to go out there. Here it's like he's counting down 5, 4, 3. So it's not necessarily like the tempo we're going to play at. I think it's more of a training exercise. You know, getting used to being uncomfortable.
As the days have progressed, do you find yourself kind of being able to handle that stress a little bit easier?
I think, yeah, no, it for sure does. I think every day you become more used to it. I'm able to control my breathing, my whole routine. You know, it's still a process though. We're still working with Matt and Johnny, and you know, I'm just taking it day by day. So just focused on the next kick, and pretty much.
Have you changed anything in the way you kick or your approach this year?
No, I don't think so. I think little tweaks here and there, but nothing too drastic. It's pretty much the same operation. It's just about dialing it in and, you know, peaking for September 1st and then maintaining throughout the season.
It seems like you're on a really good trajectory last year, so just kind of keep that going.
Pretty much, yeah. So I mean, whatever happens, happens. You know, no expectations. I'm in the present. I'm focused on tomorrow. Tomorrow's a pool regen, so I'm focused on that. I'm not looking at the season yet, and just taking it day by day, and you know, making sure that when we're out there, we get the most out of it, and you know, try and produce when we're out there.
While your teammates have been talking about how great the off-season workout plan has been, how has that affected you as a kicker? Like, how has that made you better?
I mean, Coach Croce is probably phenomenal. He's in charge of the quarterbacks and the kickers and punters. And I mean, the exercises we're doing are tailored specific to our body needs, and you know, the different types of motions we go through aren't necessarily the same things that the linebackers are doing, right? So once you have a program that's tailored to your body, not only in strength and conditioning, but recovery as well, in nutrition, I think the whole the infrastructure and the support behind it is just so much more solid, and I think it's very precise. You know, there's no room for guessing. It's, you know, everything that we're doing has a purpose. So I think I've definitely seen a huge improvement, not only in strength but mobility, flexibility too, and recovering. So, you know, I'm able to go out there, kick a bunch of balls, and feel great the next one. And I think that's due in part to our fantastic strength and conditioning.
We had talked a couple years ago about you, Johnny, and Austin kind of coming in together and staying together for 3 or 4 years. So was it a little bit disappointing to see Austin leave?
Oh, it's for sure. I mean, you get to know a kid that well over 2 years. It's tough to see him leave. You know, I talked to him a bit. it's the way it goes, you know. It's football. I'm sure he's doing fine now, and he's a great kid, but we're looking at the future now, and Flintoft's the guy. So Flintoft's doing his job phenomenally. He's focused, he's dialed in. He knows it's his last go around, so he's ready to rock. So.
Was Lynch your holder last year?
It was Stefan Flintoft.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, but Lynch is doing it this year. How's that kind of change come about?
Oh, it's definitely different because you're used to someone and then you get thrown in. But you know, the ball's going to be down, so I'm just worried about kicking the ball through those goalposts. I know Matt, like I said in the spring, Matt's a smart dude. He's very, very intelligent, so he has no trouble getting it down. And you know, by the time season comes, I'll be fully trusting in him and Johnny. I mean, Johnny's probably one of the best snappers in the country. Not much room for error when he snaps, so the whole operation I think is coming together pretty nicely. It's just about taking it step by step, day by day, not getting ahead of ourselves, not looking at awards or watch lists, just staying in the present and going to work.
And then with Lynch holding, it also obviously gives you added versatility for
absolutely
trick plays.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Speaking of trick plays, did you ever see Chip Kelly's older teams at Oregon where it's like there's one center lined up and then everyone else on the side?
Like I wasn't big into football then, so I didn't really watch any of those. I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll see what happens. Whatever they want me to do, I'm going to do it. If they want me to kick it, I'll kick it. If they want me to run, I'll run. Just do my job. So I don't really know what schemes he has in place, but you know, whenever my name's called, I just do what they ask me.